so the first thing I'm going to be using, since I'm going to be outside for a lot of the day, I'm just going to be using something really light because I feel like the heavier the foundation, it kind of gets kind of weird looking. So I'm just going to be using this. It's the New York Color BB Cream, and it's the matte one. So yeah, this is the second time I'm using it. I actually used it yesterday. I'm gonna be applying, what is this, the Juice Beauty Organic Solution Oil-Free Moisturizer, because I feel like since my face is oily, it's nice to put in a moisturizing base because then my skin won't create as much oil as it likes to. I'm gonna go in now and apply the BB cream, and I'm just gonna kind of, I like doing little splotches like that. And I think they only have like 3 shades. They have a light, a medium, and a dark. And I got the medium shade because I didn't want it to look like pasty white. And it seemed to work quite well. So I am gonna add a second layer just around this area, and again my forehead, just because that's what tends to get the oiliest on my face. And there's also a little redness on my nose and my cheeks right now, and on my forehead a tiny bit. So I'm just going to blend some more, just kind of create a second coat, cancel out any of the redness. Let me blend it down my neck a little bit because I'm not sure. It looks like it matches, so I'm not too worried. Lately I've been having this weird thing where my foundations are turning pink on me, so I don't want a catastrophe since there will be pictures being taken. Okay. So before I move on, I'm just going to set it with a setting powder. I'm using the Rimmel London Stay Matte Powder, or Long Lasting Pressed Powder. This is actually, the usual shade I am is a 1, which is just transparent. But now that I've been out in the sun a little bit more, I'm using, what is this, 20, which is Nude Beige. I'm just going to set all this. Okay. So now this is what I'm left with. It's definitely a lot smoother. Then I'm just going to prime my eyelids with, I think this is Wet n Wild Fergie eyeshadow primer. I don't remember. Like, their packaging is terrible because it all comes off eventually. That metallic stuff. Ugh, I hate it. So I'm just priming my eyelids. So I'm going to be taking my Naked 1 palette. So for some reason, I have the Naked 1 and the Naked 2. I have all the Nakeds except for some reason, I was like, oh, I think I like the gold color in the Naked 2 palette more than the Naked 1. Turns out it's the exact same color, which, duh, I didn't even realize. So yeah, fun story. So I'm going to take Half Baked, which is the golden color. I'm going to put that all over my lid. And random fact, I love using gold colors or anything that's more gold toned in the summer, just because I feel like it brings out your tan really well. So I mean, not that my tan is like amazing right now, but yeah, I just kind of, I like the tan or the gold makeup because it will give you kind of almost like this glow to your face. So yep. In the crease, I'm going to be using, no, I don't want this. I'm going to be using a color from Naked 2, which is called Tease. And I really like this color because it adds a little bit of darkness. That's very natural looking. It looks like my eye is naturally deep set, which it isn't. My eye is definitely not naturally deep set. So I'm just blending that in there. Oh, and I forgot. I usually do this where I take a powder. I'm just taking the translucent powder, and I'm going to use this as my highlight color. And I like to put that all under the first eyeshadow I put because it makes it easier to blend. I was wondering why it's so hard for my crease color to blend right now, but it's because I forgot to do that. It's going to help the darker powders blend, or the darker eyeshadows blend. Okay. Now I'm going to take this color called Naked. I was going to take Buck, but Buck is too dark, and I don't want it to get too dark. And this color is just going to add a little bit more of that golden tone to the eyelids, or to the crease area. I'm taking the color Hustle from the first Naked palette, and I'm going to just deepen up this outer V area just because I like how it is. I just feel like it needs a little more definition out here. So I'm not going to take it in. I'm just going to work it in the outer V. Now I'm just going to reapply that half-baked color onto my lid. Just because sometimes I feel like the color can get a little bit diffused once you start blending everything. So I'm just reapplying that all over the lid. So I am going to be taking my Glamouflage concealer by Hard Candy, because I do feel that I need some type of something under here. So, and I like to take it all the way out to my temples. My beauty blender, which is actually stained. It's a Forever 21 beauty blender, so go figure. I'm gonna wet it with my NYX matte finish setting spray. So I'm just gonna wet the smaller side. And yay, I got it all over my phone. I'm just gonna come in here. That's what happens when you don't sleep a lot. You need a ton of concealer. Wow, it looks like I haven't even blended anything. And then I'm taking the side that has nothing in it, which I know you're not supposed to do. But sometimes I feel like if it's still really harsh and it's not blending out as much as I'd like it to, this side will blend it. I'm just going to set that with my translucent powder, just because I don't want it to get any crazy colors down here. I was wondering why this was looking funky, but it's totally because I don't have any eyebrows on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So for my eyebrows, I've been taking a black. It's from the Naked palette called Blackout. It's the last color. I've literally just been taking a flat brush, and I'll zoom you all in so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And ta-da, that's my eyebrow. So, and then I'll just do the same to this eyebrow. Blush, I'm using the e.l.f. blush in Candid Coral, which is one of my favorites. And it has like this gold color in it, and I love it because in the summer, just make you look pretty. So I've been kind of sticking with leaving my blush kind of like from the beginning, or the beginning of my eye back, just because I feel like it will draw your face up. And sometimes to blend it, I'll just, with whatever is left on my brush, I'll just sweep this up and back. And then I'll take the same brush I used to put my powder on. I'll use with whatever's left on there to blend the color out, just because homegirl can get a little carried away with blush. So for eyeliner, I'm not going to put any eyeliner on the lower lash line. I'm just going to kind of, with whatever's left from the black eyeshadow, I'm just going to kind of smudge that, and I'm just going to put mascara, and that's it. For the top, I'm going to go ahead and do a wing liner just because I feel like it look really pretty. You can skip this step if you want, but I kind of want to do a wing liner on my upper lid, which is probably going to take me a little bit longer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera just because I get like really close and personal with the mirror, and the mirror's down here. So, sorry. So now I'm just putting mascara. Ta-da! I think I'm done. I think that's usually all I do. No, my lips. I forgot my lips. So I'm going to put these two together, and it's going to kind of gonna give me like a nudie peach color. Completely nuded out my lips. I mean, you can totally rock this if you want. And then over top of it, I'm going to do this color, like I said. Ta-da! We've got a... Oh, I'm not digging this at all. Wow. This is kind of what happens. Lip crayon or matte balm from Revlon. This is in the color Unapologetic. Okay, so I'm just doing this high ponytail real quick. I'm just going to take my braids and pin them back here. And then I'm just going to kind of tease some of these sections because I like big hair and I cannot lie. And then if your hair is naturally curly like mine, you can spray in like some sea salt spray or something like that into your hair, and that'll create a lot of texture. It's the Surf Spray by It, which I love. And then you can take a piece of hair from the back of your ponytail and then twist it onto the band so that you don't see it. Ta-da! We created this really fun summeristic now lipstick on my teeth. So this is the finished look. It's very messy, very summer appropriate. This is great if you're gonna be outside, either at a park, parties, anything like that. So that is all for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and sorry it's probably really long because it's a talk-through video. I've never made a talk-through video. So yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Bye. You know that thing when your like face is itchy but you don't want to scrub and you just use a brush to kind of like scrub your face? That's what I do. Oh my gosh, my nose is so itchy. And where's the brush? Oh, here it is. So you can skip this stuff if you, oh, why are you not talking?